Greetings, Bill here. I'm going to do a shave today and video, not because anybody needs to see another shave video from me or anything like that, but because I got this new camera mount to stick to my mirror that hopefully won't drop my phone, and I wanted to see how it works. It does push the phone out away from the mirror, which the suction mount is on. About 2 inches more than the other one, but I don't know if it's going to affect it or not. Today, Sterling stuff, Mountain Man flavor, soap aftershave, be using, made the lather up, Simpson's Emperor 2, and a razor that I like a lot. This is a Böker, 6/8 with a, pearl inlay on the tang. There's quite a number, I've seen quite a number of vintage razors with inlays on the tang. I know, Böker was, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, cause it has the little 2 dots above the O. But anyhow, Americans were dumb and we call it Böker. Okay. So anyhow, they had a number of razors around the early 1900s, and I've seen marketing advertisements for where they have mother of pearl inlay. Usually the older ones had pinning on there, and they have to do a hand grinding and fitting of this material in there. This one has some inscription up on the spine, but it's not really a super fancy razor, but it is a little fancy in that regard. I don't know how I got this for the price that I did, because I thought it was reasonable compared to other places where I've seen these advertised for over $400. So I didn't pay that. But this is 6/8, supposedly Böker, modern, and Böker's, there might be some favoritism towards Böker because they've been around a long time. Let's see, did I show? I think I showed the back. I didn't show the show side of this where they have the little tree emblem on there. But Böker is liable to be, if there's a falling of modern straight razor manufacturers, there's probably 2 that are strongly positioned to survive, in my mind, in terms of the larger companies. One being Böker, because they also manufacture knives, and the other being Assard, because they also manufacture knives. So if things fall off and people stop buying straight razors because they can get $2 straight razors from China, the more expensive ones, they'll just go make really swanky knives. Anyhow, this is supposedly Böker, and I don't know totally what that means, okay? But supposedly this is, all Bökers are now extra hollow grind. I took this with a factory edge because I just wanted to see how well the factory edge was. I've done a number of razors. I take them where the distributor hones them at my request. Other ones I take with a factory edge so I could see just how the factory edge, and this was not bad. This was not bad, okay? It would shave. It's better now. Interesting thing was when I honed this piece up, and this is a Bago scale. Interesting thing was, and many of you know that I hone on curvy stuff. Okay, this is a strop that I curved up. An interesting thing was that when I hone on, and my stones are shaped like this, which you have a 12-foot radius on the curvature this way of this. This is a balsa strop. But when I honed up the razor, the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to see where my stone was hitting, and my stone follows this. When I took this razor, I did the little magic marker trick and I put it on the bevel. And a very, very interesting thing which prompted me to go with one of my research and go a little bit further with some of what I was doing was I was honing on something that was curved, okay? And so curved, I'm honing, and what I found was that my honing was only hitting on the very, very outside edge, the outside edge, which told me that the bevel had been set, and maybe the bevel to finish honing on something that had a greater or a shorter radius, more of a curvature than this, because my stone was not hitting, and there's nothing you can do. You know, if you press down hard enough to get that bevel down onto that stone, you would likely chip the edge out. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So my thought was, and I didn't, you know, I didn't have the stuff to evaluate it at the time, but I do have a stone that's like this now. So they could have very, very likely been using a shorter, this is a 3-foot radius, a shorter curve where they did their bevel setting, okay? So then I come back and then I get that compound, that secondary bevel done out on the very, very edge. So that was one of the things, just to say that led me to do some of the things that I'm doing with my honing and further experiment with that. And it works for me. If you have another way that you like, please do what you like. Please be happy with your stuff and how you do it, and ignore me. So I've gone ahead a little bit ahead of time. I'm out of the shower, done my prep work, talked for 7 minutes, blowing hot air. Mountain Man is a Creed dupe of, I can't remember what the name of it was. It's a dupe of Creed. And I like the smell of it. So let's see how the shave goes. Stabbed myself with this one time. After I did it, I muted the point. I'm not sure how well you can see. One of the other things I think that led to me getting stabbed by this is shorter than most razors. Since gotten a little more careful, conscious about where the end point is. Put like a streak right down here. Not now, then. as I'm done here, I'm gonna head into the kitchen. I'm gonna roast a couple of chickens in the oven. I'm gonna do one the way I normally would roast a chicken, where I do breast side down on a rack. That seems to keep the white meat a little bit more juicy, and it cooks the dark meat just a little bit more. I'm gonna do something different this time. I have one of those. Actually have a couple of those like beer can racks, and I'm actually gonna take. Got two chickens. I'm gonna take one of the chickens, and I'm gonna put it on that rack. I don't put a beer can in there because whatever liquid beer or whatever you put in there never really gets to the temperature where it creates a steam and helps you in anything. I think that's the original thing on beer can chickens was they were using beer cans on cookers as a way to stand the chicken up. Okay, and so because sometimes you get a greater direct heat underneath, and to put the breast meat up and away from the direct heat a little bit more. But I got one of those racks. I'm going to do that. The nice thing is that my oven has a convection fan in there, so it can circulate around there, and we'll see if it crisps the skin up, because certainly when you do a piece of poultry breast side down on a rack, unless you turn it, you don't get any crisping of that skin on there. You get a crisping of the skin on the bottom, but you won't do that on top. So I'll be doing a couple of those. Lather's all dried out while I'm ratchet jawing. I find that I can't quite, with the camera now, I can't quite get in as close to the mirror as I used to. So that's a downside for the positioning thing on there. I like to have it here at this kind of level rather than have it at some other level where I'm sitting there looking right into the camera. Never been able to really shave by looking in the camera. Maybe this last pass I'll give it a try. Not been something I've been able to do before. But never say never. One of the things I like to do with my lathers, I like to feel that it's wet on my face. And having water softener is good because the soap is like always slippery. I don't really have a problem with it. And I can add extra water and it doesn't seem to affect the slickness of it. Unless it's a crappy soap. Okay. I don't know if I like this. It's a little hard. It's a little hard to judge because it's like I can see at this distance. I can see on the mirror. I can see things bigger than I can in the camera. So maybe I'll try positioning a little bit this way next time. But at least my camera's not falling in the toilet. Got a couple of weepers in there. Been noticing that I do that a little bit more frequently. I got to start being maybe a little careful when I work there. See if I can knock that out of my style. Three passes and then back to my norm, the half pass going downward. If I wasn't on video, I probably should do it on video. So I can watch my techniques as I go with some of the more advanced techniques, buffing and the backblading. But today I'm going to fall back on one of my older things. Don't chase the baby. Still good shave. Good shave. A little bit right there. Feeling with against the grain. All right, I'm chasing the baby here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of buffing in that area. One of those things where the practice didn't hurt. Get better at it and get it. What I want to do is get better at it and get it committed to muscle memory. Forgot my alum stone. Big alum stone here. Roundy one. Just a teeny bit of sting. Just a teeny bit. Feels good. Give it the splash and rinse. The aftershave of the day, also a Sterling Mountain Man, about 20 minutes. Be cutting off shortly. Böker 6/8, mother of pearl tang. I think last year was the first year they reintroduced that. I looked at it, I don't know how many times I had it in the cart. I don't know how many times before I finally bought it, but I finally broke down and bought it. Glad I did. Oh, that smells good. See if I can get better at the powdering without making such a dust cloud. Oh, that's Looked like I went to work at the bakery instead of shaving. I do like the drying and the feel that I get from that. No wonder barbers do that. So, thanks for tuning in. Bill here. Be sure to check out theshavingcadre.com. It is the greatest, most friendly shave related and gentlemanly pursuits forum that there is, in my opinion. Today is Saturday, whatever date it is. I guess it's the 3rd. Is it the 3rd? I think it's the 3rd. Or is it the 4th? It's Saturday. Tomorrow, if you tune in here and you're from the Cadre, tomorrow they are having their bi-weekly Zoom call. If you haven't signed up for that, you could drop in. It's a lot of fun. You can meet the people, see the faces, participate a little bit, have one of your favorite beverages, joke around a little bit if you are into other gentlemanly pursuits such as the smoking of really, really expensive tobacco, cigars I'm talking about. There's a few folks that like to do that, like to enjoy it. It's a time of relaxing. It's a lot of fun. So Bill out. Have a great one, y'all. Thanks.